Valeria, Martelo, Natalie.
And we're gonna solve problems, explain you how to do it. We're gonna solve two problems, one on differentiation and one on limits.
We're going to solve them both ways, algebraically and numerically.
Thank you. I'm gonna solve problem number 7 algebraically. So the first step is to factorize. So you put this 4x and an x. Then since it's a negative, you have to have one negative and one positive. So -1, +2. And this gives us the formula that it's the same. So x minus 2 and x plus 2. So then you have this, you can cancel the x plus 2 and you're left with 4x minus 1 and x minus 2. And since you know that the limit is -2, you substitute. So then you put 4 minus 2 minus 1 over -2 minus 2, which is -8 minus 1 over -4, and then it will give us -9 over -4, which is the same as -9 over 4. So when the limit when x tends to -2, it will be 9 over 4.
Next, we're going to solve this next problem numerically instead of algebraically. Step is to do a table where we put our given number in the middle and add 0.001 to one side and subtract 0.001 on the other side. So it will be -1.999 and -2.001. Now we do the same thing with our number on the right. So that would be 4 times -1.999 squared plus 7 times -1.999 minus 2 over -1.999 squared minus 4, which would give us in decimal 2.24. So these two numbers tend to 2.2. This is when we round. And so then we just have to do the final step, which is writing the limit again, which is when limit x tends to -2 is equal to 2.2.
Hello, now I'm going to show you how to derivate a problem by theorem. Rules to take into consideration. First, to derivate, we cannot have variables in our denominator. Second, no radicals. And in our answer, we cannot have negative exponent and no fractional exponents. We're going to derivate this function, and as you know, the first thing we need to do is to take out the square root, and to do that we will need to do the opposite, which is a fraction. So it's going to look something like this. X 1/2. 1/2, since there's always an imaginary 2 in the square root, which goes to the denominator. And once we do this, we do the same thing with the other number. So the second step here is to bring down this 1/2 to derivate it. So when you put this down, you always need to take 1 to subtract 1 from your exponent. So it's going to give us -1/2, and do the same thing with the other one, which is going to be 1/2 5 minus 1/2. Very important I did here is to put the parentheses because we're multiplying, so it's something you can't forget. Last but not least, don't forget always to bring this down to derivate it, since we cannot have negative exponents in our answer. So if we derivate this, it's going to look something like this. 1 over 2 square root of x. And we do just the same thing with the other number. which is going to look like 1 over square root of 5. So once we have this, we need to write it in the correct form, which is f prime of x. Very important, you use the prime when you do a derivation. So the answer is just like this, and we copy it another time.